All right, guys, welcome to Jet World Blog number 2. We'll call this Rant 2. Today's topic is something that I'm very passionate about, extremely passionate about. And I want to show you something. This is a straight line. This elbow here is a curve. A curve. And I hate to tell you, Hollywood, America, publishers of magazines, every media company and organization that's out there, I like a woman with curves. I like a woman to weigh 120 pounds, to have natural breasts and a butt and some hips. I don't like these 85-pound starlets that you keep force-feeding to us consumers. I like my woman to have more curves on her than a 12-year-old boy, and that is a stick, is not appealing, nor is it attractive. All these young starlets under the age of 30, 35 maybe, are a lot less worried about their craft and a lot more concerned about their weight. It absolutely is a tragedy. Every film, TV is really bad for this, with the exception of Ugly Betty. Every television series, every damn magazine my wife picks up or I see on the shelves as I'm at the grocery store. 12-year-old boys posing as 30-year-old women. And if she does have a curve, it's because she had C or D breast implants put in that stick up at the sun even when she's standing up. Not appealing. Marilyn Monroe, size 14, full figure, carried it well, very sexy. Eventually she became somewhat talented as an actress, but she was always Marilyn Monroe. She's certainly not of the same cloth that Meryl Streep is cut out. But she didn't start losing weight because she was becoming more famous, a la Nicole Richie. When I lay down with a woman, and I have a wife who's a size 12, I don't know if she'd want me broadcasting that to the world, but she carries it well. She has curves in all the right places, and she's a woman. She's the normal woman you walk around and see in this country and the rest of the world. She's a woman. She has a top, she has a bottom, she has sides, she has curves. When I lay down with a woman, I want to feel soft, suppleness. I don't want to feel rib number 12 or rib number 11. So why, as consumers, do we keep purchasing these products? Why? Why do we keep going to the movies? Why do we keep watching television series? Why do we keep buying magazines? And women, you are especially guilty of the latter, purchasing these damn magazines with women that represent none of you. Because they're not women. They're emaciated waifs. Don't get me started, folks. I find this very disappointing. I find it irreprehensible. And, I not only come from you as a consumer, but as for those of you who watched my previous blog, my introduction, blog number 1, I've been in Hollywood films as an actor. I've been in some high-profile films. I've directed and edited and cut and written my own films in here in Austin. I am constantly around the community of creative talent, actors, directors. And in the Hollywood, when I lived in LA for a year in 2003, because of my experiences in Austin on some Hollywood projects, I had some contacts out there. I went to some parties. It allowed me to not only be like everyone else out there, just trying to make it, but it also allowed me, because of my contacts and connections and past experiences, allowed me to go out there and get inside the dragon's belly that is Hollywood, and some parties and the inner circle and so forth, and some events that, the normal guy who goes out there straight off the bus from Indiana or Iowa doesn't get to experience. And the cultures feed themselves. LA itself feeds that multimedia giant, and the multimedia giant feeds Hollywood and LA, because if you go out there, all the chicks walking around look like all the girls on the magazines and the films and on the TV series, and it is BS. Why do we take it? Not one of those girls looks like the woman we lay to each night. Ladies, not one of those girls looks like the thousands of magazines you pick up every year look like you, or your friends, or your mom, or your sister. It's just not real. Stop focusing on your looks and being perfect in that way, because everyone else is doing it. There's no individuality in that. There's no uniqueness in that. Why don't you work on your craft? As a guy who's written some films, directed some films, worked with some actresses, high-profile actresses and local, I'm just trying to get started actresses, the mindset is this: I need to lose 5 pounds before tomorrow's scene. Any suggestions? My thought is this: how about you work on your lines and try to make us viewers, when this product is done, this film, care about you, to be moved by you, or to hate your character. You're bland French fries at McDonald's. There's no individuality. You're all the same. You're all the same. You know, Meryl Streep, even in her younger days in the 70s, if you watch Kramer versus Kramer, she was a normally built woman with curves. Beautiful, not because by society standards now or then that she was a knockout. Beautiful because of the presence she brought to the story. The energy. The presence. Melanie Griffin, who blew up in the 80s, she's not as famous now. You know, she doesn't, I don't know what she's working on. Full-figured woman. She wouldn't make it today. If Melanie Griffith was 17, 18 again, she would not make it as a white actress unless she dropped her weight below 100 pounds. And that is ridiculous. I've got a Rottweiler that weighs 100 pounds. And I don't like the idea of the women that we're supposed to admire and pay to consume whatever product they're putting out there. I don't like the fact that my Rottweiler weighs more than most of them. I just don't like it. Now, Hispanic actresses, black actresses, they get away with the whole weight thing. Salma Hayek, the rapper lady who was in Chicago, her name escapes me, you know who I'm talking about. She's big, and she's beautiful. Not because I'm into really big chicks. She's beautiful because this is who I am. This is me speaking as her. Jennifer Hudson's another one. Hispanic actresses, black actresses, they get away with it. They don't need to lose the weight. There's just some psyche about white actresses, white models, white television stars. They have to be under 100 pounds. And if they do have breasts, they have to be fake and they have to be perfect. The same size, the nipples in the same place. That's not what appeals to us. Surprise appeals to us as men. Variety appeals to us as men. Imperfection appeals to us as men. So all of you, for the most part, you producers, you executive producers, all your packaging for us in the form of our younger women are the same candy bar, just packaged in a different wrapper in the form of different hair color, different eye color, different lip size, etc., etc. You want to see a real woman? Look at the girl from Titanic. Kate. No, not Kate. I'm thinking of Kate Blanchett. You know who I'm talking about. She's full-figured, and she's a damn fine actress. And I had the opportunity. She made a little movie in Austin when I first moved here with Kevin Spacey called The Life of David Gale. It just so happened that my acting teacher at the time, this was before I had done any films, got a role in the movie. And I got to go visit her on set one day. And what the hell is that girl's name? She was in Titanic. She's married to the guy who directed American Beauty. Well, anyways, you know who I'm talking about. She is a normally figured woman. She looks like every woman I see walking around at the store, at the mall, etc., etc. Kate Winslet. That's her name. Kate Winslet. She's beautiful. She's normally built. And she's got talent because instead of spending time with the plastic surgeon and running 25 miles a day and not eating anything but rice cakes, she worked on her craft. And she's actually one of the few actresses I'll go see a film because she's in it. Because she's in it. There are many actresses out there that I'll say that about. Meryl Streep's one, natural woman, allowing herself to get older and be confident in it and be fine with it, which makes her even more beautiful, even though her skin's not as vibrant as it once was. Kate Blanchett. She's a thin lady, but that's just who she is. You haven't seen her weight suddenly drop as she's gotten more famous, a la Nicole Richie. So, ladies, if you're watching, stop buying the magazines. Guys, or put a blog together. Put a petition together. Let Hollywood know we want to see the NAACP does it all the time. We want to see a more appropriate representation of what's going on in our culture, in the films, in the shows, in the print media. Let's get some talented women in there who aren't as concerned about their weight as they are about their talent. I'm out. I hope you enjoy.